It's a Charizard or a Pikachu.
This is a one-of-a-kind Pikachu.
Okay.
So what makes it one of a kind? You've got Aoki right here, one of one. This is the only one like this.
It's Steve Aoki. He's sort of like a legend in town. You know, the whole nightclub thing that I really don't get, but it's probably because I'm old.
I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell my one-of-a-kind Steve Aoki Pikachu statue. The statue is about 12 inches tall. It's on a really cool base, though, that has marbles in it. You're gonna know immediately that it's with Steve Aoki because his face is right on the front of it. You're gonna notice his beard, his hair. I'm looking to get $4,300 for this one-of-a-kind Pikachu.
This is interesting. Where did you get this?
So it's like the most Vegas story.
Okay, so I have heard this story so many times. Do really well at the tables, drink just a tad bit too much, and then end up walking into an art gallery at a casino.
Yes.
Okay, that is what happened, okay? I gotta have that. Do you know anything behind the story behind it?
So in the research that I've done, this is designed by a designer that goes by Hypnotic Experience.
That's his name?
That's his name. And he's known for this kind of stuff, like pop art, so he partners with folks like Steve Aoki to come up with these unique items.
Let's face it, I'm not that hip. So I'm just sort of guessing here. It's Steve Aoki, it's Pokemon, it's a limited edition. How much you want for it?
So I've looked online and I found these very high prices. Hypnotic Experience created a series of 8. But all 8 of them are slightly different, so this is truly a one-of-a-kind item. I'm looking to get at least $4,300.
Okay, all right, so you looked online.
Yes.
Okay, and that's what people are asking for.
Yes.
Okay, what were they getting?
They haven't been sold yet.
Okay, that's right. Okay, I mean, what they ask for and what they get is a different story. I'll tell you what, I'll go 1,500 bucks.
I think it's worth more than that. There will never be another one like this. This will never exist again.
1,500, it really is the best price.
Got it. Sounds like a deal.
All right, sweet. I'll meet you right over there. We'll get some paperwork done.
Hey there.
Hey, Christian.
Yes, come on in.
I called about the chair.
Yeah, it's right here. We got it for you.
All right. That's the Evgeny chair.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It's called the chair.
Here it is, the chair. It's just a chair, but
it's the chair. I gave the pawn shop a call because I want to sell my Evgeny chair sculpture. I purchased the chair at an auction, and it was a talking piece for the home. I've had the chair for a couple of years. It fit my design for a long time, but now it's time to remodel and change things up, and it just doesn't fit the new decor. Today, I'm hoping to get $15,000 for the chair.
this is cool. Evgeny is quite the artist. He's from Bulgaria and started making art around 14. By the time he made it through college and graduated, he moved here to Las Vegas. And he started sculpting here on the Strip professionally, and you can see Evgeny's work all around the Strip. All the casinos have art by him. He spent years and years making this stuff, but in 2016, he started working in the motion picture industry, making sculptures for Disney and Marvel Studios, and that's why this is really cool. Now that he's working on the biggest motion pictures in the industry, more people are looking to collect some of his earlier works. So, how did you get it?
I got it at an auction and thought it would be a cool piece for the home, but it doesn't really fit my needs anymore, and I thought I'd find a new home for it.
Well, it is pretty cool, Evgeny. He only made 3 of these, but each one is individually different. So even though he made 3, they're still considered one of ones.
This looks really beautiful here, but the other side I think is even more beautiful if you want to take a look.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah.
Whoa. This just like screams Evgeny. I mean, this is what he's known for, sculptures like this.
It's beautiful.
After taking it all in, I'm really starting to like it.
Okay.
How much do you want for it?
Well, it's a special piece. It's unique. My number's really at 15,000.
Would you take 5,000 for it? Because 15's way too much.
Oh, man, I couldn't do quite 5. I could get to like 12,000 could bring me there.
75 and you got a deal right now.
This is a big Vegas piece. You're Vegas. Let's call it $8,000 and let's make a deal.
Well, I got a Sprinter van outside. If you can help me load it up in there, I'll pay you $8,000 for it without batting an eye.
Let's do it. 8,000.
All right, we got a deal.
All right.
I'm gonna go pull the van around back and get your muscles ready.
Sounds good. So I sold the chair for $8,000. It was quite a bit less than I wanted to take, but I think it fits the Vegas lifestyle. It needs to stay here in Vegas, and so I'm happy to have sold it to these guys today.
Where'd the van come from?
Rick, you know I only like to ride in style, so I stopped and rented a Sprinter van because I needed a lot of room.
All right, let's see what you bought.
Check it out, open that door. Now that's pretty cool, ain't it?
It's a big chair.
I know. That's not even the coolest part. Let's go around to the front and check it out.
So this is a famous artist?
Yeah, his work's all over the strip, Rick.
All right. Whoa.
Come on up inside of here and take a look at it. What do you think?
Wow. I actually kind of like it. So, do you know the artist?
Evgeny Vodinacharov. He's probably the most prolific artist you never heard of.
Okay. I probably couldn't pronounce that.
He is very, very well known in the film industry, and in Las Vegas, you know a lot of his work. He's done sculptures at Caesars, Harrah's, at the Club Tao. Anywhere you see a beautiful, large-scale sculpture, there's an excellent chance it's one of his works. But now he's expanded beyond that. Now he's only doing movies. He's done large-scale set pieces and major sculptures. I'm sure you've heard of Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Jumanji 3, very extensive resume.
Okay, so was this in a movie or something?
I think this was done especially for a photo shoot.
Okay. So how much did you pay for this?
I paid $8,000.
Whoa. So what's it worth?
His stuff is very desirable, but you very rarely see it up for sale. And he's only sculpted 3 of these. It's easily worth $16,000, and you might actually do a little bit better than that.
Really?
You're welcome. Why don't you guys get this thing unloaded? I got some work to do.
No. Okay. I am going to go back in the shop. Be very careful with it. It's worth $16,000.
You want to help me?
No, I'm the boss.
You want to help me, Chad?
Got a bad back.
All right, I'll go find someone.
I have a Greg Grunberg studio here in LA. He's got a lot of Hollywood memorabilia he's looking to sell. That's basically what I'm looking for at the moment. So maybe we can finagle a deal and we can both make some money.
Okay, this you will never, ever see again.
This is what you put your wigs on.
Yeah, this. I put all my wigs and my hats on this. No, just take a guess. Whose head is this?
That's plaster, not stuffed, right?
Right, this is plaster. No, this is back in the day. This is old Hollywood. To get this in the state that it is, the actor has to sit through a painstaking process in the prosthetics department at the studios. This is Bruce Lee's head from a prosthetic process that they did on that TV show, The Green Hornet.
The cool thing about Bruce Lee, I mean, this is the guy who started the martial arts flicks. And it created a whole new genre. I mean, to this day, you know, people are watching like martial arts films because of this. Because of this guy, not because of the head.
This is truly one of a kind. It's the head of Bruce Lee, iconic martial artist and actor. And this was from The Green Hornet. This is an iconic TV show, so it's got history. And you do not see pieces like this. I've got to get 20 grand. And I think that's more than fair.
This is really iconic. And like a lot of other Hollywood stars who died really young, and there's not a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah. And what makes this absolutely unique and one of a kind is that to make this, you need a mold, okay? That's part of the process of making this. So if you have this in and of itself is crazy collectible and rare, but to have the mold that made it means that you control the production process. No one else can make another one. And my buddy Tall Rob, who's my celebrity collector buddy, he has the mold. Rob, do you have the mold?
Literally one of the most spastic friends I have.
This is Tall Rob, Rick.
Hey, Rick, how are you? See where you get your name?
So Rob is my guru, celebrity collector, helps me get and purchase and sell everything that I have. But this
Iron
is...
Maiden.
Yes, this is Iron Maiden. Tell them what this is.
So this is the original mold that this cast came out of. Dates to late 60s, early 70s. This will come apart in 2 parts. So what you would do is you fill this up with that material, which is fiberglass, et cetera, and then is separated here, and this cast is pulled out of this mold.
So this actually pops out of there. And you can
Originally,
see-
this was inside here.
Right. So you're selling the whole thing?
Yeah.
So where did you get this?
Rob knows that I have a passion for martial arts films, especially Bruce Lee. So when this came up at an estate auction that Rob was running, he called me right away, and I had to have this. And it's one of a kind. I mean, if you have this in your shop, in a case, and that is sold with this, then you know that no one's gonna be making a copy of this. You control the production of it. There's one of a kind. And no one has this. No one. I'm telling you, I know I'm selling you on this, but it's
You should really work at the pawn shop. I pay my salespeople commissions.
I bet. For sure.
I'm gonna put this back in this case, Greg, if that's okay with you guys?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
But yeah, I will definitely sell both of these together. This is Hollywood history. This is the Hollywood royalty, really.
Okay, I think it's really, really neat. My problem is I just have no idea what it's worth.
Okay.
And I want to make sure it's actually him.
Right.
So let me call up my Hollywood guy and see what he thinks about it.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back, man.
Sounds good. Rick wants to call in the expert in Hollywood memorabilia that he knows, a guy he's worked with for years, to verify that it's real. I know it's real. I've had it verified a number of times from friends that are in the business. So Rick's got to do his due diligence. I get it, but you know what? I know it's real.
Sorry to interrupt the conversation, dude.
Hey, no problem at all.
This is Hal.
Hal, how are you? Greg, Denver. Pleasure
This
to
is
meet you.
the know-all, end-all of Hollywood stuff.
Awesome. Well, so this is Bruce Lee's head. You know, the prosthetic mold.
Wow. It's Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee is very, very collectible. And you look at it and...
Have you ever seen one of these before?
No, I have not. I have not seen one before. I've seen other characters, Michael Jackson. I have the cast of Johnny Depp's hands for Edward Scissorhands, but I haven't seen a Bruce Lee one before. It's very, very rare.
So you think it's legit?
From what it looks like, the age and stuff, and you did the mold? You
I saw the mold and everything like that, and it looked like the right age.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure it's Bruce Lee.
yeah, it's definitely Bruce Lee.
Okay, and do you think this was the one from the Green Hornet?
This looks to be the one from the Green Hornet. It's a very good thing.
Okay.
Because he's very collectible, and everybody out there is looking for collectible, not mediocre anymore. And he's up there with the icons. He's an icon.
And the ones that you have, Michael Jackson, the others, what do these typically go for?
Well, it's all depending. You know, like I said, in auctions, these things do well. I would say something like this could go anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000.
With the mold or without
With the mold, yeah, the whole thing.
Are they usually sold with the mold?
Well, that's the only way nowadays, that since things are very hard to authenticate, people want more and more. So the more you have, the more they're worth.
All right, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Al. See ya. Cool. What do you think?
So 10 grand?
No, wait, because you're gonna want the mold, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's half of what I'm asking. I just can't do. I mean, look, I love you, buddy. You know that, but I mean, 15 and 20 grand. You can sell this thing for upwards of 25, 30, maybe 40 grand, I would think.
Maybe 50 or 100. It's really, I mean, my thing with this, if I buy it off you, I got to put it in an auction. I mean, that's where you're going to get the best price for it.
Okay.
And it costs money to put stuff in an auction, and then auctions can be scary. There's been plenty of times where I've had my ass handed to me in an auction. We do 12?
No, I can't do it for 12. I really got to get as close to 20 as possible. And I get it. I just, this is one that I wouldn't mind keeping forever if but I got to go. If you give me close to 20, I could do it.
12's really it.
That's it. I just can't go as low
Okay, you
as
seem a
12.
little attached to it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of me buying this, why don't you buy me lunch?
That's a deal. Let's do
All
it.
right.
Let's go.
Greg shows me some really interesting stuff and some weird stuff. And it's definitely been different.
Oh, you want anything?
Creepy, dude. A little bit creepy.
Come
I'm just
on. Rick is a cheap son of a bitch. 12 grand. And he came up a couple grand, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. I just love it too much, and it's too rare, so I'm gonna keep this one.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. What can I help you with?
I have these really cool Salvador Dalí sculptures.
The Last Supper, okay. This is pretty cool. All right, what do we got here? Christ of St. John of the Cross. You can look at a Dalí painting or a picture, and you don't really know what it is. When I look at it, I don't really see Jesus and the disciples. I see a bunch of metal, squiggly lines, but this is what his mind saw. I swear he was tripping when he did a lot of this stuff.
I'm here to sell my Salvador Dalí sculptures. I got them in Hawaii while I was on vacation. I'd like to get $10,000 for these. If I'm able to make a deal, I want to go to Maldives with the money.
Okay, so a couple of religious pieces here. Dalí had a pretty unique growing up, especially when it came to religion. His mother was a Catholic and his father was an atheist. So his ideas about religion were kind of like twisted and intertwined. Then he kind of like mixed that in with his art. He's not known for your typical detailed sculptures. Everything's kind of warped. He just really brings his trippy vision to life in these sculptures that he would do. The guy created a lot of art, and it's always been very popular, and it's kind of timeless. So where did you get these things?
Hawaii.
Did you live there?
Vacation.
That's pretty cool. Most people bring back like a turtle statue or a pearl from an oyster.
Right, right.
So how much are you looking to get?
$10,000.
The problem with Dalí is, you know, some of the stuff is worth a couple $100 and some of it's worth a couple thousand. And I really don't know the value on his sculptures, but if you have some time, I'll call in an art expert, have him come down and look at these and give us a better idea of what they're worth.
Sure.
All right, give me just a minute.
Okay. I really don't think I need an expert. I already know they're worth 10 grand, so I'm sure the expert will agree.
Good to see you.
Check it out.
Salvador Dalí. They're fantastic. Dalí is one of the best-selling artists who's ever lived. Some of them can be worth literally millions of dollars.
Quite the character, that guy.
Yeah, everything he did was kind of, you know, off. Most of his life, he was a painter. Just a few years before he died, he started doing sculptural relief. He would get a block of wax and he would just hone it down. He would say that he was freeing the images from the wax. They're in exceptionally good condition. The only problem with Dalí is there was a tremendous amount of fakes. Do you have any kind of paperwork on them?
Yes.
or-
Yes,
She did
I
bring
did.
some, it's right over here.
This is pretty impressive. That's the original letters for the commission. It adds to the provenance.
So, what kind of value are we talking?
The Dalí market is always hot. On these, I would put the value at around $4,000 a piece in a retail setting.
Okay, well, I think that's all I needed to know.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Yeah, I'll see you next time. So, you heard what he said,
Right.
about 4,000 each. I need to leave myself some room to work with. I'm looking to pay $2,200 a piece on them.
Ooh. About 7,000, you'd still make 1,000.
Yeah, but to actually move them, I'm probably gonna have to spend, you know, 500 plus on a frame for each of them. I think I could do maybe 55 for the pair.
About 65.
I can't do it. I'll tell you what. I can meet you in the middle with a final offer of 6,000.
Deal.
I'll meet you right over here at the counter and we'll write it up.
Okay, great. I was hoping for 10, but I settled for $6,000 because honestly, I want them out of my house.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
So, this looks like a Sweetlove.
Yes, William Sweetlove.
Okay. Now, tell me about where you got it.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story. My neighbors had it, and they were home one day, and the wife caught the husband cheating, and this is his prized possession, so she knew I had French Bulldogs, and so she gave it to me.
Hell have no fury like a woman scorned, right?
Amen. I am at the pawn shop, and I am selling a William Sweetlove clone Bulldog. I feel like it's a really rare sculpture because it has the artist's signature on it, and it says it's number 7 of 8. I love dogs. I have French Bulldogs, and it makes me think of them when I see it. But it doesn't match anything that I have, and the dogs get weirded out by it. So I just thought it was time to let it go. I'm asking $6,500. Honestly, I came up with the price because who wouldn't love $6,500, and it was given to me for free.
William Sweetlove. I don't know all that much about him. I know that he's kind of got to be a big deal. I mean, there's Area 15 in town. Have you ever been to it?
No, I haven't been there.
Okay, I mean, real cool place. It's an interactive art museum with installations and food and drinks. And right at the entrance, there is 2 of these that are, big, massive ones. All right, let me see this real quick. Well, I'm fairly sure that no one would make something this heavy and make it fake. Weighs as much as a boat anchor.
Well, I don't know if you saw, there's a signature by him, and I think it says it's number 7 of 8.
Okay. How much are you looking to get out of it?
I'd like to get $6,500.
I mean, I don't doubt that it's real. Quite honestly, these things go up and down in price so often. It's just a sign of the times. What's really hot this month, who knows what it was last month, or who knows what it will be next month. I know he's really popular, but do you got a few minutes?
Yeah.
We actually have an in-house art guy now. Do you mind if I go grab him real quick?
Yeah, absolutely, please.
All right, so just hang out. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hi.
I'm Patrick.
Emily.
I know I've seen his stuff at Area 15 here in town. I just have no idea what it's worth.
Well, you knew right away it was William Sweetlove, and these are actually at installations all over the world. So they're generally made out of plastic because he has an environmental message along with this.
Would that be why he has the water bottle?
That's part of it.
Okay.
So in the title, it's called a cloned Bulldog with a PET bottle. It's a PET like the plastic PET.
And what's the message?
It's an environmental climate change message that we need to change things now because those big plastic Bulldog sculptures are going to be around forever if they're not recycled properly. He's trying to highlight all of that while showing it through some amusing artwork.
Oh.
Go ahead and check it out, man. It's heavy, so be careful.
So if this is what I think it is, then it's one of the fine art pieces.
Wow, fine art. So he's not just a fad.
No, he's from Belgium and actually sold art for a couple decades before really catching on and spreading out into galleries all over the world.
Okay.
All right, so it is heavy. So the sculpture itself is actually bronze, and then that's silver plating on top of it. Looking at the signature, it matches the other ones that we've seen. Each of the 8 is dripped with a different color paint, and the coral is number 1. So it looks like it's 7, but that's actually a European one.
Oh. Does that make it worth more if it's 1 or 7?
Generally, it does.
She's asking $6,500 for it. What's something like this go for?
So the larger ones tend to go for in the $20,000 to $25,000 range, depending on the finish on it. And these, right now, we're looking at about $5,500.
All right, Patrick. Well, I appreciate you. I'll let you know if we get it.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you.
Now that I'm very comfortable buying it, I'd offer you $2,000.
It's a lot lower. It's more than half.
It is cool, but I got to make money on it too. It's not like I just have thousands of people running in here to buy this thing. Could sit here for a year.
Would you do 3,000?
Nope, but I'll do 2,200.
All right, fine. I'll take the 2,200.
2,200? Okay.
Thank you.
Come with me and I'll get you written up.
I didn't want to take this dog home. That thing is a pain to carry, and my back already hurts from bringing it in here. So I was taking whatever I could get, and I'm happy with the $2,200.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
So what do we have here?
We have a Benjamin Bugsy Siegel 1946 Flamingo, handed out when the doors are open to the casino.
I think they, they lost $300,000 in a week?
Yep.
Bugsy had gone a little over budget.
A lot over budget. Yeah. Meyer Lansky and Lucky Luciano didn't like that.
No, I believe that was the first time he almost got killed.
Yeah. I came to the pawn shop today to sell the Flamingo statue that was given out by Bugsy Siegel on opening night at the Flamingo. My wife and I collect casino memorabilia, and to the best of my knowledge, there aren't more than a handful that are in existence.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, Bugsy, gambling was just something that was in this guy's blood. I mean, he kind of made his name as a bookie and a handicapper on the East Coast.
He ran a wire room.
Yeah.
Right, a series of telephones in a room and connected to the racetracks.
Which was the internet gaming of the day.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Where they were actually taking bets over the phone, which was highly illegal. and he wanted to open up a casino. And a lot of people don't know this, but Bugsy opened the Flamingo because he wasn't allowed downtown. You know, downtown was kind of ran by the Texas Mafia back then. It's all basically cowboy gaming. You know, sawdust on the floor, stuff like that. And they basically kind of laughed at him and said, yeah, you can do it, just don't come anywhere near downtown. Bugsy kind of had an idea which hadn't really been tested in Vegas yet. He wanted that European style of gambling where people wore suits and women wore really, really, you know, nice furs and dresses. It was a classy kind of place. He named it after his girlfriend, Virginia Hill. They called her the Flamingo. She had long red hair and really long legs.
Yep.
And he had these made by Will and George Kleins. It was a pretty, you know, well-known company up there with Tiffany. And he gave these out, you know, to 200 high rollers or VIPs that he invited to opening night. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Fine, go right ahead.
The condition of it's really good.
The most important part is what it says on the bottom.
Flamingo Hotel.
Yeah, that defines the almost 200 that were made. And my understanding is that the number of them that actually made it out of the casino is reputed to be very small. They were dropped, they were lost, they were broken, and so supposedly there are very few of these out there.
So how much are you looking to get out of it?
$7,000.
Whoa. And the last one of these I had, I sold for $1,000. I mean, I can only go off what I've done before. So I don't see us being able to make a deal, do you?
No, you're too low and I'm too high.
And I don't see us meeting in the middle anywhere. So okay. I appreciate you coming down, though.
You're welcome, thanks. I was a little surprised because I've seen them on the market for up to $9,000, but the Flamingo statue is one of my wife's and I's favorite pieces. So the fact that we weren't able to sell it today is a bummer, but not that big of a bummer.
Hey, how can I help you?
How you doing? I was wondering if you'd be interested in my line of gold figurines. Devil figurines. They're pieces of art.
All right, well, they're pieces of something.
Coming into the pawn shop today to try to sell my exclusive line of gold figurines. These figurines are unique because I'm the first to do it. The reason I make devils is I appreciate dark imagery. It's always been something that's fascinated me since I was a child.
What is it exactly?
Oh, it's a devil. This particular demon is Belial. He's the devil of guilt and lawlessness. Spend some time with it. Makes it fun. They are supposed to be devilish, of course.
And who's this guy?
He's just one that came off the top of my head.
What's that off of?
A bird.
A bird you found in the street, or?
Indeed.
Why did you do that? I can deal with a strange gold figurine, but the dead chicken foot. Can I get a disease from this thing? This guy is seriously starting to creep me out. So what's the process in making these?
I just create creatures organically. I start off with wax, carve them until they're perfect, dip it in a silica plaster until it creates a mold. You melt gold, you pour it into the cavity, and then you crack the mold off, and then you have that. And the final pieces are cast in 14-karat gold.
Did you paint them black?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you paint them?
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Why would you paint gold black? If you're gonna paint it black, make it out of brass, make it out of copper, make it out of a cheap metal. What exactly do you want to do with them?
I was thinking this would be the perfect place to sell them. Yeah, I'd like to see the pawn shop carry my line of figurines. I think it'd be suited perfectly for their store. There's an element of darkness that's kind of aligned itself with this business, and I'd like to be part of that.
God, I just don't know. You know how much gold's here?
5 ounces in that realm.
You're talking $3,000 in gold there by itself.
Yeah, yeah.
How much do you want out of something like this?
I'd sell it for $7,500.
I mean, is that to me?
Maybe not. Maybe 1,000 less. Maybe like 6,000.
You know, I mean, there's just no room in there for me.
Right, right.
I like the art, but I'm a business owner.
Right.
I'm not a gallery on the strip who can introduce a new artist.
Fair enough.
If I was this guy, I would start off in silver, because no one is going to buy 5-ounce gold figurine off an unknown artist. I'm so sorry we couldn't make a deal, but if you start selling a boatload of these, come back, we'll talk.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. In a few years, when these things are selling hand over fist, Rick's going to be sorry, and I might let him in on it then.